we suck.
Viva, we do suck.
Penalti a favor del Real.
Ooh, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the VAR Check podcast, the podcast where football's biggest debates go under review. What a time. I cannot believe it's episode 10. I just blows my mind to think that we've been doing this for a few months now, and we've reached the episode with double digits. And what an episode! For those of you slowly coming in, we have a lot to talk about, a lot of debates. But this one is even more special because we're going to be, for the first time ever, talking about the World Cup too. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Other topics include, obviously, as always, Barça and Madrid, their current states. The Champions League Matchday 5 left us with a lot of talking points. And Michel, I see that little smirk on your face.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We'll get to that. So we're going to get to the power rankings a little bit earlier today, probably about halfway, a little past halfway in the episode, to open up space for that World Cup pre-draw conversation. The draw is coming December 5th, and it's finally going to allow us to kind of see who everyone has to come up against and open up some path for who's going to win this tournament. So I'm excited to talk a little bit about that. Before we get fully started, as people are slowly joining in, make sure you hit the like button. This helps the podcast grow. It helps YouTube push it to a lot more people. So that way we can have a lot more of you. You know, we love to have conversations with y'all in the chat box. So please, please, please make sure you hit the like button and turn the notification bell on. Subscribe as always. Without further ado, I want to welcome the whole crew, Ricky, Michel, and Amir. Welcome to episode 10. And why don't we get started with Ricky? Give us your headline coming into episode 10 of the VAR Check podcast.
I'll just say what every Madrid said a few years ago. Xavi, quédate. Nah, I'm kidding. That's not my headline. For my headline, when I was getting ready for the podcast, I couldn't find my Barca jersey, so I asked my mom where it was. And she goes, it's on top of the table.
Oh, I love it. Amir, what you got for us?
I'm not as jolly as Ricky's. It's just want to say the headline about Ronald Araujo made me a little bit sad, but happy we finally got to the cause of it, and happy that this team is supporting him. So, but yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, we'll talk a little more about it later, and I'll let you expand on it.
Yeah,
Michel, what you got for us today, buddy?
Well, to start off, Ricky, that was real cute. You know, we're happy that Madrid fans continue to pioneer your guys' happiness, but that's okay. But we live for the friendly competition. And before I even get to my headline, I just want to say it's crazy that we've done 10 episodes, over 10 hours of content for you guys who just started watching us. Can go back to episode 1 and catch up, or either way. But it's really great that we're doing this. So good milestone for us to hit. And everyone watching in the States and all around the world, we love you and thank you so much for continuing to, follow us and tune in, right? But my headline of the week is Barça top of the table. That's all I can say right now. I'm going to piggyback off of what your mother said.
Come on, Michel, you can't leave us hanging like that.
I mean, that's the unfortunate truth. Listen, I've said it from the beginning. I call it like I see it. Don't worry, we got some shit to talk about. But right now, Barca's at the top of the table. The question is, will you be there when the time comes?
That's facts. And for me, yes, Barca won 3-1 this weekend, but don't let the scoreline fool you. Go back and watch that game. may have not been that way if it wasn't for Joan Garcia. And with that being said, Atletico Madrid is coming from the second Colchonero fan, I guess.
This is your time to shine,
Lord.
brother. This is your time to shine.
This is their time to shine.
I'm surprised he didn't wear their jersey, to be honest.
Me too, honestly.
I wore the only jersey.
Yeah, has that one hidden so people don't know he had one.
Actually, I don't own one. To be fair, Ricky is actually one that has one. So
I
Hop
used to have one. Doesn't fit me anymore. I outgrew it.
well, let's start out with none other than the Barça boys. Top of the table, beat Alavés 3-1. I mean, let's just focus on this first game. Amir, what are your thoughts just coming off of that game overall?
I was sad actually, even though we won. It was there were too many things wrong with the team, and it didn't matter that we had Rafinha, that we had Joan Garcia, Pedri came back. Everyone is back almost, but the team they don't have the same level of like energy and hunger as they did last season. I mean, great, we won, yeah, but I feel like I had the same. I mean, not as depressing as Hansi Flick, but I had the same reaction as Hansi Flick. Like once the game ended, I was like, because I was watching it live too. I'm like, this was so trash. Like it was just tragic to watch. Like the highlight, I would say the most positive thing about the game was not Martin, Gerard Martin. I was gonna say Martin Garcia, made up a name. Anyways, Gerard Martin.
That was pretty Spanish.
I thought he actually like somewhat followed a high line that was like decent, and him and Kubarsi kind of like fed off of each other. That was the only I would say him and Joan Garcia were my positives of that match. Everything else almost negative, and Rafinha is single-handedly trying to bring the team back into the state that they were last season. I don't know how much of it it's going to work and how much we're going to improve. I hope a ton, but
who would have thought seeing Barça on the week that they finally go top of a Liga with the Barça boys in such a depressing state? Interesting. Ricky, do you agree with what he's saying? Are you feeling the same way?
No, I agree with the factor of Gerard Maldini fucking clutching it up in the back line. But I mean, I didn't look at it in such a pessimistic view. I thought like we finally had Rafinha back, Lewa, and Lamine Yamal, like the trio, and I don't think it's a coincidence that I mean the game wasn't as pretty. That's fine, but it's not a coincidence that this is the game that is most reflective of how we were playing last year with a big score line, it being 3-1. Even when the team doesn't perform as good as maybe we wanted them to, we still clutch up that high score line. How many times that happened last year? A lot. And also, like you guys, the Madridistas always say, sometimes it takes that goalkeeper to win you games, to win you those Champions Leagues. Every week I say, man, Courtois is the best goalkeeper in the world. He saves y'all. If it wasn't for him, you guys would not be in the position where y'all at right now. And for once, Barca can say, we can count on our goalkeeper. I think there's a lot of little positives to take away that are going to accumulate to us turning the season around. And what better time to do it now? Like right before the eliminations of the Champions League, as well as right before we place Atletico Madrid. It's perfect time to have the whole team group together, bring Pedri back into squad. Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
Also, I kind of going back to what we talked about, I think like 2 months ago when we were reviewing like the matches for Barca and Madrid, and we were like, yeah, Madrid's schedule looks easier, but they have the tendency to choke during this time typically. And guess what they did? They choked. And then Barca had the work. I mean, we still have 3 matches that are pretty important and coming up. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, we've been pulling through. But yeah, I mean, positives for sure. But
let's calm down with the choking, because Barca already lost their first main game, and now they have their second game coming up. So, they had 2 easy games at home, but they had all their away games. But we'll get to that. Ricky, I do agree with you that Joan Garcia, I mean, he pulled up with a crazy save. Honestly, it could be the save of the season. Really reminded me of the Casillas save against Sevilla way back when he essentially just did that like no look, just knew the ball was going to go there through himself and ended up saving it. It does feel like I saw the closest Barça to the Barça from last season, and the common denominator is Rafinha. I think we can all agree on. Michel, what are your thoughts on this Barça and this weekend for them?
Listen, I want to, this is to the Barca babies down, right next to me, and then all the Barca fans watching and listening right now. Okay, listen, let's not get carried away over one game against Alavés. Okay, relax. Let's not forget that just a few days before you guys got absolutely clapped by Chelsea. So
Perfect
I know,
segue.
perfect segue, but listen, you guys got a good win, a win that you guys should have won. We'll get to the Madrid section in a little bit, but let's not raise both of our hands and jump for joy in a game that we all know you should have won, right? Should have beat Alaves. Granted, you guys did it and you guys look, more congealed than ever, but few days prior, you guys got absolutely demolished.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. This is a big game for you guys. I'm curious to see how you guys are gonna show up. Yes, Rafinha is back. For how long? Yes, Lewa is back. For how long? So again, it's a long season. It's a long season. Right now, we're in the hard part where games really matter and they don't at the same time, because it's all about getting hot at the right time. And the way the league is going right now, it seems like this is going to be a race up into the end, which is what we all want, right? We all want to. We don't want to blow out, win from Barça or Madrid. We want to see this competitive go all the way up, which means these last 7 weeks of the league is when you really need to clutch up and hit your stride. So a good win for Barça, good little positive moments, but I'm not going to say that your whole season is turned around because you guys beat Alavés.
Yeah, no, I don't think we said that, but okay.
But
We can feel it in your spirit. You guys are talking about Rafinha being back and Lewa being back. Listen, it's one game. Okay, let's not forget.
Now that you brought it up, let's break down that game against Chelsea before we move away from Barcelona. And I totally agree. They ran circles around us. They played so much more physical. Like the physicality was just at another level. The young without Pedri looked lost. And I mean, for me, the biggest takeaway, which we kind of already knew, but this just goes to solidify it, was that it's simple. Araujo can't play the big games as physically, and he's got every attribute to be the best center back in the world. Quite frankly, he's just not that. He doesn't have the composure.
Well, and also like Amir was just saying, right? Like, look at, if you really want to see the state of the team right now, the mentality that you guys are going into with this Atletico de Madrid, game. Like Amir was saying, look at Hansi Flick's reaction. Look at his feelings after that victory. He knows that the job is nowhere near done, and this is not the Barca that even he still wants to see, right? Again, we'll talk about Madrid when we talk about Madrid, but we're talking about Barca right now. Even he sees that there's a big issue. So I know in his mind, he knows, fuck, there's still a massive hole that we either can't figure out, need to fill.
It's true.
Just gonna put it out there. So we're gonna see. I'm hoping that you guys have a good game and that it's a good match. But I think it's very interesting, and let's not mask the issues just because you guys had a good victory against Alavés.
If we could pinpoint one specific thing in this Barca team that is holding them down from really being the best Barca that they can, or the Barca from last year, would you say it's intensity or like the defense, the defensive aspect of things?
The defense. It's we just haven't been able to fill the vacancy of Íñigo Martínez.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think against Chelsea, our issue was that like the first 20 minutes we were playing fine. I took notes during the game, like as if I was watching a lecture. But the first 20 minutes,
surprised.
we were playing fine, and then Maresca adjusted like the press, and now we had a team that couldn't, like the team that's supposed to be playing tiki taka. I think I saw maybe like 4 passes connect, and then we would lose the ball, and then we had the Yamal that was just stuck in the corner with no support. So yeah, there is defense, but I think our forward play was trash against Chelsea also. I don't think it was only a defensive issue. Like, yeah, Araujo's card hurt us, sure, but basically Chelsea did what PSG did to us. They put enough press on players that would make a difference, and then our midfield just basically collapsed, and nothing happened after that.
So that seems to be the big thing for both of our teams, right? And I don't really know what it is, but it seems when specifically English Premier League teams put the high press on us and absolutely
Right.
go guns blazing. You're like, listen, if you break through this press with 3 passes and you guys hit us on the counter, like,
Good luck. Yeah.
we'll clap for you if you score. But Barca and Madrid both seem to struggle against teams that will press you and press you and press you and press you. Happened to Madrid in the Club World Cup. It's happening to them when they played against Liverpool, like you just said about Chelsea. So I don't know if it's a problem of our teams not being able to play out of the press, but I'm not really sure. But it's a problem. It's an issue. We all
Oh,
clearly
for
see it.
sure. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this week and overall this Champions League is just going to highlight the abysmal difference between EPL and the Premier League. I think I saw a comment here at the very beginning, EPL greater than La Liga, and I mean, I think any other season, any other, the past 10 years, La Liga could have easily made arguments for why they were above. I would struggle to find a reason for why La Liga is better. Other than the fact that yes, EPL just has tons more money. The economy in Spain is trash, and all of that I think is being reflected in La Liga. But ultimately, I mean, Barca has a team that last year did so well, and with them getting everyone back, I expected. I'm not going to sit here and say that the EPL having more money and just being better right now is an excuse for why they lost 3-0. Because going into this game, we talked about how Barca. But I predicted that a tie. I think you guys predicted a Barca win, but I think overall everyone expected Barca to compete a lot more, and I think every single person here left that game in a state of shock as to like what just happened. No one saw Chelsea coming out with the way they did, and Chelsea walked all over Barca
Without Cole Palmer.
Without Cole Palmer and maybe someone else, but yeah, I mean, it was just like I was watching that game and I'm like, what is going on? It's just unbelievable. And I'm not going to sit here and just take it as a pure attack to Barca because Madrid has not been any different. Liverpool did the same thing to Real Madrid, but I don't know. It was worrying to see that. It was really worrying to see that. I don't know if you guys have anything else to say about Barca other than Amir. I want you to expand a little bit, just briefly touch on what's going on with Araujo. As if no one here
Just heard about it.
But go ahead.
So basically, Barca released a statement, and it was on the news also, saying that Araujo is struggling with some mental health issues, and that is the reason why he's been performing. And he's asked the team, or he's asked Barcelona to take some time off, him and his agents. And Barcelona has granted the time and has been very supportive of it, which is I'm very happy to see instead of seeing some apeshit crazy yeah.
Do we know do they say how long specifically he wants to take, or is it just to be determined?
There's no set return date. It's just basically till he feels better. And I think that there was a note on I was reading on One Football. It was saying that the churrasco, the barbecue that he had, was for the team. I think it was 2-3 weeks ago. It was kind of to help with his mental health besides motivating the team. So, but yeah, I wish him all the best. I think he has the potential to be a great center back, and hopefully once he figures this out, we'll have a good center back again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing this is all linked after the Chelsea game, and I'm guessing that he probably got a lot of social media hate following that red card, which would then add on to all the other stuff that's happened and then end up with actually affecting his mental health. And obviously that's not a thing that we're going to ever really dog on. I think the closest thing that Madrid has is they supposedly went through a similar thing with Rodrigo last season, where towards the end of the season, Rodrigo didn't play for a solid 2 months. And for the longest time, it was is Ancelotti just not playing him? And then it just became this whole thing, is he injured? But Emily didn't release anything. And then in the end, it was just said he had a mental health issue thing going on. So, I mean, I guess it's good that Barca's just going out up front and just putting it as that, because Madrid, on the other hand, just kind of kept it on the DL and kept all the fans just kind of wondering, what the hell is going on. Rodrigo's a whole other issue that we can talk about that.
Which I think is a good thing, listen, coming from a Madrid fan, it's good to see players speak up when they're not okay. I think they masked it very well, with their lifestyle and with everything, And at the end of the day, we've said it from the beginning, all of us, like we want to see the best 11 on the field for both teams. No injuries, no, we want to make sure everyone's healthy and okay. So it's good that Araujo's speaking up. It's great that Barca is giving him the time off, because I don't think that mental health and that pressure that it is being an elite athlete at that level, we don't talk about that enough, right? So I think it's good that you guys, gave him the time, that he spoke up and said, "Hey, I need help," because again, as a man, it's really hard to do that, right? And we know that. So respect to Araujo. We dog on him, but that's part of the sport. Obviously, I'm sure he's a good dude. We want him to be okay. We want him to be okay for himself, for his family, for the World Cup, for everything. So prayers up for him. Shouts out to him. Hopefully he comes back stronger. And good on Barca for giving him the time off without feeling the need to rush him.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, I say we switch gears so that we can keep moving on with the podcast. And funny enough, I saw a comment, "Damn, I'm late. Did we talk about Madrid's penalty?" Ha ha ha. Perfect segue.
No, but it was a
to
penalty.
Real Madrid. Well, wait, what?
I said, no, we haven't talked about it, but it was.
Yeah. Okay. So, perfect segue to Real Madrid, who have tied for the third time in La Liga. 3 consecutive ties, have lost their first place, have lost their 5-point gap that they had at the top of the table to allow Barça to go ahead. And pretty depressing times for Real Madrid. The last time that Real Madrid didn't win a game, 3 games in a row, was back in 2019 during COVID, actually. And this kind of, on top of the Liverpool loss, definitely has fans and just the team a little bit jaded. On top of that, you throw the whole Xabi Alonso locker room stuff that we talked about last episode, and we're not going to really go around in circles with the whole Xabi Alonso thing. But, Michel, how are you seeing this? To what extent is this also linked with Xabi Alonso? Where are your thoughts on all this stuff?
Well, I'm just going to say this first from the beginning. And obviously, we're going to do our job, talking about the hype points of the season, right? But I think it's done. We got to stop talking about Xabi Alonso. Like, let him do his thing. He has an incredibly hard job. So does Hansi Flick, right? And not anybody can just come in and coach Madrid. They've tried that. It doesn't, you know what I mean? You can't take something special, and I think he has that something special. I think there are players that he doesn't want. And I think he's trying to figure out how to make it work. And I think after this season is going to be very telling in the transfer window, in the summer transfer, to see what happens, right? But I think the only thing you can do as Madrid is to back him. You wanted a culture change from Ancelotti. You got it. And now you're pissed when he's doing what he said he was going to do. Like, it's not fair to him. You got to give him his chance to actually run a team. If you do that and he doesn't succeed, it's okay. You move on. But don't hate on him for trying to do what you asked him to do, for one. My problem with Madrid and watching this game against Girona has nothing to do with Xabi Alonso. I know people want to say the tactics and why are you changing this and why are you changing that. And I do agree. I don't think he knows what his best 11 is yet. But again, that's his problem to figure out. But it's the same problem that happened even with Ancelotti. Madrid has absolutely zero intensity. And this is the first time I've been very frustrated and pissed at Madrid. They play in a lot of games, but specifically this game, they played as if this was the last 2 weeks of the league and they were up by 10 points. Like, just knocking the ball left to right, playing, let's connect 40 passes before we score. It's kind of like that feeling. Xabi Alonso said, we can't take a shot unless we connect 25 passes. Like, dude, sometimes Mbappé is having to drop extremely deep just to get the ball, and he's the one making the action to run at somebody and take a shot. You know what I mean? Like, I think we don't give it enough credit, and people are like, dude, why the hell is he in the box? If I was him, I'd be like, the only time I get the ball is when I'm dropping deep. Like, there's zero intensity, and that's the thing I don't understand about Madrid. And it happened during Ancelotti as well. I don't know what it is, if it's the players. I don't know if it's the personnel. I don't know what it is. But the fact that we've tied 3 consecutive games in La Liga, and I think we have 1 win in 5, right? Or 2 wins in 5. I don't really know what it is.
1 win
shows
in 5,
that,
which is just the Olympiacos.
Right. And again, we'll talk about that game too, but I think it's incredibly frustrating that Madrid just shows up and thinks that they're going to win 3-0. It's like, dude, do what you've been doing when you're winning 4-0. Then do whatever you want. Then kill the game, and if they score, whatever, cool. but they don't wake up like we've said, and Ricky has touched on it too. Madrid doesn't wake up until they're losing 1-0 or 2-0, and then all of a sudden it's the 80th minute and now they're playing hard. It's like, dude, why can't you do that from the beginning? And I don't know if it's about motivating the players, but at the end of the day, dude, Xabi Alonso can't kick the ball for them. You're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars or euros a week to play a fucking game. You got to find the motivation within yourself as well and take some accountability. Like, I think Vini played well in spurts. Jude Jude played well in spurts. You know, like Trent
I
played
thought
well
Jude
in
had a
spurts.
trash game personally.
I mean, again, it's in spurts, but a lot of the times they're not playing well. The only person I guess you can say did his job is Mbappé. You know, he stepped up and scored when he needed to, right?
you know, he scored his penalty, but aside from that, not much. Honestly, for me, the only person that I liked watching that game was Militao. I thought
Militao was great.
He was killing
He
it.
needed good. He needed good.
He was actually pushing the team forward, trying to press high, winning balls. Kind of, you could tell like Xabi Alonso gave him special instructions, and he was actually listening to those instructions. Whereas everyone else was just kind of like figure it out, get the ball, figure it out, like give it to Vini, see if Vini can dribble through some people. Most of the time he can't because he's double teamed. And aside from that, there's no link up play between the midfield to the strikers. Arda Güler is getting lost. He tried to put him in the wing. Absolutely gone. I mean, I know once again, I'm not going to talk about Xabi Alonso because I want to give him a lot more time, but he also needs to figure it out. I don't know to what extent it's the players not helping him out, etc. Yada yada. I don't care, but a lot of room for improvement. Ricky, give us one positive. Okay, go ahead.
I do want to bring up a talking point that I really don't hear talked about enough, and that's one of my favorite Madrid players, Federico Valverde. Throughout, like, the first time I saw him play, that first time you saw him get that red card against Atletico Madrid and he walked out the hero, the thing he's always known for is intensity. Running up and down the field, box to box, hitting cannons, like just being a monster, a dog on the field. And if you've seen him play this past month, all three of Madrid's ties, he is jogging around in the midfield. The goal that Girona scored, that was his mark. The player that scored was his mark. He jogged back. He saw him out sprint himself, and he did nothing about it. When it's just like, what's going on? Like, are you getting complacent? Are you? I mean, now that you're the captain and you think that absolutely nobody can take that starting 11 spot from you, I think Xabi Alonso needs to bench him, to be honest, to kind of get his mind a little reset. But I digress.
I've seen him walk around a lot too. I think there was a goal against that Elche scored the second goal when that ex-Madrid player, gosh, I'm forgetting his name, Alvaro. When he was like running, you see the two midfielders. Valverde was walking back. I think there was even a clip where the ref outran him. The ref was running to try to ref the situation, and he runs from behind Valverde past him, and then Elche scored, which to me was crazy. Once again, I don't know to what. I think you're right in seeing that. I don't know to what extent it could be the players. If there's truly something going on with Xabi Alonso, the players are just trying to like fuck with him. That's just purely me wondering.
Two things really quick. Sorry to cut you off. One thing I remember listening to, and everyone can go back and listen. At the Club World Cup, Thibaut Courtois said, the reason we got killed is we did not do anything of what Xabi Alonso told us to do, right? He said he had a game plan and we just didn't do it, first. And second, I was listening to the ESPN FC, like people talking about this game, and they were saying like, I don't know what more Xabi Alonso can do, but like break it all up, right? Because they were saying like he's done little tweaks, he's tried to move this, he's tried to do that, and like and I think they said the only thing left for him to do is to completely blow it all up, right? And I don't know if that's what it's gonna take, but what can you do? Like players get hurt. Like Camavinga is he's trying to give him time here and there. Mastantuano's finally back from injury. We're trying to let go of Endrick, which Gonzalo's getting garbage minutes because you're not going to take Mbappe's spot. So it's like, what do you want to do? And that's the problem. Like that's the tricky part for Xabi Alonso right now. Like, what more do you do?
That's the issue with the team. They have so many big players. Like you're not going to take Mbappe out. You're really not going to take Vini out very much. And so there's just not a whole lot of room for changing things up. And then in the
But do you
midfield,
think that the players are used to playing that way? Like Ricky just said, like look at the players that we have from the Ancelotti squad. Do you think that they're just not capable of playing the way Xabi Alonso wants to play, and their default when shit goes wrong or when they get bored, their default is to just play the way they normally do? Like, because how would you explain why we never come out with intensity ever? And those are the same problems we have at Ancelotti. It's
yeah,
why
I was
we
gonna say this has been an issue for years.
But,
to
but
just-
I think it's
That's
just
what I'm
complacency.
saying.
I think it's complacency. That's what I think it is. They play too many games and they're like, like I'm the big name. They can't afford to not play me.
Well, that's why I'm honestly
what I think
happy
it
that that's why I'm honestly happy that they're tying these games. Hopefully this is a wake up call. Usually in my years of following Real Madrid, I've noticed that whenever they have a bad spell like this, then that usually gets followed up by a spell of like 10 games where they don't lose a game. Like they just go on this
Yeah.
huge winning streak. Because normally that's the slap in the face that they need to wake up and say, hey, let's fucking play. Like, let's fucking stop messing around. Let's get some intensity going. Let's win some games. Who knows? We'll see what ends up happening. I'm not overly optimistic at this point in the season. But with that being said, there's been many seasons where Real Madrid's had a bad spell somewhere in the early halfway through the season, and then they end up waking up and going through a better run. I'm not jumping into any conclusions. I just hope that they can turn things around because we're at I don't know if this is rock bottom, but we're definitely in a close rock bottom in the season right now. No,
I
it's
think
not rock bottom.
the saving grace is that Barca is also not doing well because listen, for all the shit that all the fans and the people in the chat want to talk, and even us bickering back and forth, at the end of the day, Barca's not doing that much better because we've had all these drop points and they're only 1 point above Madrid, right? So it's not like either team is doing exponentially better than the other. We both have problems.
Yeah.
If anybody, Villarreal is probably playing the best right now.
Yeah.
Atletico.
Or Atletico, yeah. But
Hopefully
I
they'll
mean
figure it out.
that leads me to, I'm pretty excited for the Barça Atletico game. I really wish we would have picked up the 3 points to put even that much pressure on Barça. But I mean, Barça boys, Ricky, Amir, I haven't heard from you in a minute. How are you seeing this Barça Atletico game?
I mean,
Given that Barca's at home. God, Barca's at home again. What the hell?
yeah, and I think that will be a factor, but I think the bigger issue is just as a whole, just like the team has been one unpredictable, two on a downward trend. Yeah, winning game, I know we have positives, but just in general, like the overall form of the team is not the greatest Barca we've seen. I hope we win the game. I'm predicting we're gonna lose 1-0 probably. But
I was looking
just,
up Atletico's form. Sorry,
Yeah.
I want to just expand a little bit on Atletico. I was looking at I looked up their form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The last 7 games have all been dubs. Most of them with clean sheets. Their last loss was to Arsenal. Literally the first place in our power rankings.
right.
Atletico is in incredible form.
Right.
I think Barca drops points this game.
I mean, yeah, we watched the Champions League game together. Like, they're playing well. Like, they're playing the Atletico way, which is a disgusting way of playing soccer, but they're playing well. So, yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
I honestly don't want to
predicting. Yeah, I'm predicting an Atletico win, but I don't know. Ricky, what do you think?
Wow.
I don't know, man. I'm feeling like my classic, usual Barcelona fan way. I'm kind of riding this hype, dude. I'm feeling
Bro,
good
as
about
long as you don't wear the
I know we
salmon
haven't been
jersey, they'll be
amazing.
fine.
I think we'll be okay. I think we'll
Okay.
be okay. I don't think it'll be an easy game, but I back my boys.
We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough.
I hope you're right. I was way too high up here with Chelsea, and now I'm just like right here. I'm like, I don't know.
Amir was heartbroken after that day.
Oh, dude, that was a rough game.
Who was it?
Even after a win as well against Alavés.
Yeah, I mean, it's Alavés, for God's sakes.
All right, let's see. I want to. Oh goodness, I am messing up. All right, what am I doing here? Hold on. Let me try to take this back to where we were. And
This is what happens when you do things live. They're small errors.
I mean, I
There
had
you
it, and I messed it up. There we go. I think this is no. I'm gonna go like this. Sorry for all the movement. Okay, I hope.
You don't want to cover Marseille in the 21st place of the league.
Don't worry, we'll still talk about them.
I want us to, we're 35 minutes in. I want us to really segue into the Champions League and not really that much about Real Madrid or Barça. I think we talked enough about Barça and Chelsea. I don't even want to talk about Real Madrid and Olympiacos. And yes, Mbappé got 4 goals, but yet again they conceded 3 goals. It's a dead horse at this point.
Right.
So big things happened this week. I know the elephant in the room is Marseille. Yes, we're going to talk about Marseille, Michel. Don't you worry now. And I want to start hearing from you guys down in the comments what your thoughts were on the whole Champions League Matchday 5, because it was a juicy one. Starting off with a huge upset. Manchester City, in a game that we all said here did not expect them to drop points. They're playing at Etihad. They have most of their players. It's not like they're plagued with injuries right now. And a Leverkusen that's not the Leverkusen that, Xabi Alonso coached and were great, went out there and beat them 2-0. Yes, they were dying in the final minutes to try to, keep City from scoring. But nonetheless, they went to Manchester and they won, leaving City behind. I mean, wow, huge.
Goes to show you they're not the City from before.
It's not the city. Yeah, it's not the City from before, and ultimately that'll reflect in the power rankings that we're gonna get to. So that was the first one, but the second one being good old Atletico Madrid. We're gonna bring it back, Michel. This one is a big one. We love to see it.
The Atletico de Madrid game.
Oh yeah. Did you expect that one?
I think that's more of a topic for you. You seems to be the pioneer of Los Colchoneros,
The spokesperson.
the spokesman.
The spokesman. I guess we're gonna jump to the power rankings here soon.
Yeah.
But okay, let's talk about what I didn't want to talk about.
Oh,
Good old
boy.
Marseille. So I was watching the game, and Newcastle went up 1-0. Everything was looking like I was going to be pulling off with my little victory until Aubameyang ruined the party and brought it back. And here we go. Marseille did what we said they had to do. They needed to beat Newcastle, and now they're sitting happily at 21st in the next round. So, hey, Michel, you get a point. I hope you're
I don't
happy.
even have to say anything. Like I said, Darren was gonna let them do the talking, and they had to step up when they needed to. And everyone's hating on Marseille. I'm telling you, I'm not saying they're the best team in Europe, but they're good. And it goes to show you anybody can beat anybody. Look at what happened with City, right? So I think Marseille is a good team. I think it's time to start putting some respect on their name. But
Lord.
we'll continue to let them prove themselves. But you didn't think they were gonna win. Let's just say that.
So let's look at these. Let's look at the standings here, because we have Arsenal that ended up beating Bayern. I'm gonna pull up. Let's see. I'm gonna remove the actual Champions League, and we're gonna jump to the actual power rankings. With Arsenal beating Bayern, I think there's no questions asked that that's the first change that needs to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Arsenal to first. I'm gonna put Bayern at second, because I still think that they did end up beating PSG. But Ricky, I'm gonna open up the floor to you. I think there's plenty of changes that can be made after this week, and we said it. We're gonna wait until the match day 6 match day 5 before we start making changes. Ricky, what's the first change that you would make here?
I think we all massively underestimated Chelsea. I think they go to 5.
I think they could even go higher, but so I think right now Chelsea could be above City, given that Chelsea is. I think they're ahead of them in the Premier League, and obviously Chelsea's. I mean, City just lost their game too.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chelsea. Well, they beat Barça, so they can go ahead of them, and they didn't just beat them; they just demolished them. And I think this Chelsea could beat Madrid. I think this Chelsea could beat Liverpool. I would put Chelsea at freaking fourth, which is an incredible jump, given that maybe like 3 weeks ago, a few people here were pushing to have Chelsea out for another team. So I would personally put them at fourth. I don't know if there's a rebuttal against that.
Well, you again, look at what you just said. There was a reason why we were pushing Chelsea out of the top 10, right? They were losing game after game after game, and now they're hitting their right moment. They're hitting the stride, so it's good for them. I think I agree with Ricky. I don't think we moved them up to 4 or 3, but Man City's definitely got to drop. Let's say that. I mean, I don't really know what we say about PSG. Liverpool's got to drop. But
So who are you putting at
if
4?
Man City has to
Who
drop,
would go at fourth then? That's the question. Who goes at fourth if it's
Man
not Chelsea?
City has to drop, then Chelsea's got to go above them.
that's what I mean. I'm saying I don't mind seeing where they're at. I think we're talking about the way that they're playing right now. It's the current form, correct? So
Yeah.
And I mean,
Current form, but
they're
keeping into consideration their season, I think, is
they're
a big
one
one.
they just
they're
tied to
1 point
Arsenal.
behind City. They're 1 point behind City in the Premier League, and if you look at both of their last 5 matches, Chelsea lost a game in that 5th match or 5 matches ago, and City has lost 2 within that time frame. So I think so.
So the question is, do we think Real Madrid is ahead of City right now, or no? Or do
I mean,
we
if
wait
you
for the championship to find that? Of course.
I think you have to. Again, we're keeping season everything into consideration. Madrid won their game. Look at where they're at in the table in the standings in the Champions League. City loses to Leverkusen. Again, I think we all can agree Leverkusen is not the Leverkusen that we know was that great. I think it's a classic City. Same thing as problems with Madrid, right? Thinking they're just going to win, but I think if you match them up, Madrid also has the head-to-head against City. So
this is the updates that I have right here, and I want to hear from you guys down in the comments because I see Ika putting in some information. I want to see there's 16 people currently watching. I want to get your thoughts on the updated power rankings. We have Chelsea now at 4th, making a huge climb from being 8th before, 4 spots. I put Barça ahead of Real Madrid right now, given that they have been winning their La Liga games. Real Madrid hasn't. And yes, Real Madrid won the Clásico, but ultimately the Clásico was very tight.
also, Barca's in first place right now, right? You gotta give it to them.
You know, let's give Barca the go ahead on that one. Really, Barca didn't move; it's just Madrid that went back. So Madrid dropped 2 points after tying 3 games in La Liga. Still behind them, Man City. Even though Man City just had a huge freaking drop from being 4th place. I told you to silence your phones before this meeting.
Sorry.
Someone's got a cavity, bro. Let him get there.
Someone needs to get filling. So City being pushed back to 7th. Is everyone agreeing that City should be ahead of Liverpool?
I think we need to have a big conversation about Liverpool right now, if we want to be honest. I think we need to have a big one.
They lost to PSV in the Champions League, and then this weekend they did win.
They did win.
But
Against who? Sunderland? Or Burnley or somebody like that? Like someone that we really need to.
Wait, West Ham. I think it was West Ham.
Do we honestly think Liverpool is in the top 10 in the world right now? You can't see any other teams.
I mean, they did beat Atletico a few months ago.
And they destroyed Real Madrid, dude. That's the thing.
I mean, who do you want? Actually, hold on. I'm interested to hear who do you want up there?
Me personally?
Besides Marseille. Marseille is not an option.
I think we need to go and look at Serie A. I think who's leading Serie A right now.
I think Roma is in first place right now. Roma's not going to go up there. Juventus is playing like shit.
I'm not saying Juve.
Huh?
I'm not saying Juve.
No. I'm just going over them.
Napoli.
Napoli. What about Napoli?
I mean, Napoli is. I think Napoli.
Are we giving respect to Liverpool because of the name or the way that they're playing?
I'm giving Liverpool respect because they absolutely destroyed Real Madrid,
and they beat Atletico.
Yeah, but we're talking about current.
Yes, we get carried away because their form is not amazing.
What place are they in the league? Look, what place are they in the league?
I think 8.
I'm not sure.
Hey,
Amir,
Right.
Hey,
They're not even in. They're not even in. Are they even in Europa League's
No,
contention
not right
right
now.
now?
Not right now. But I mean,
Okay,
I
so
ultimately think they will get back to that position. I think
yeah, but we're
Liverpool
not talking
finished,
about
like,
future
5th or
rankings.
4th.
We're talking about rankings right now.
Oh,
You're
Yeah,
saying-
right,
like you have
right.
to consider like plus or minus a few weeks. Like it's
Yeah.
not just like their last
Okay,
game.
well, I think they have to drop to 10 and you move somebody up. Maybe you move Atletico de Madrid up then, but
But
I
I
don't.
think I think we can move up Atletico past Liverpool. I'll especially considering Atletico's current
Sure.
form that we talked
Sure.
about. I mean, you could make the argument that Inter Milan could be ahead of them potentially, but I wouldn't take them out of the top 10. I think that's a stretch.
Mhm.
Inter Milan has had a pretty good Champions League, but once again, we said that Inter Milan hadn't really come up against anyone tough, and then the moment they came up against someone tough, they lost. Granted that they almost tied that game. So this is the update that I think I'd be willing to go for right now.
Let me
Not
just say
taking-
something real quick. The Liverpool's next Champions League game is against Inter.
Where?
Amazing. Yeah, where is that?
Champions League?
No,
No,
I
no,
know.
but
Where-
who's at home?
Shoot, I'm not sure. I'll have to check.
Okay. So we
And
have here. Go ahead.
Oh, San Siro.
I have a question. This is going to be for Amir and for Ricky because I don't even want to hear what you have to say because I already know what you're going to say. What? And then I'm genuinely asking because I'm not making the case. Even my dad and I talked about it. I'm not making the case that they should be in the top 10 right now. What does Marseille need to do for you to put them into the top 10? And it's a genuine question. And people in the
Perform
chat, you
better
can
in
answer
Europe.
this too.
Perform
Okay.
better in Europe.
I think them being higher, yeah, they're literally just doing better in
So
Champions
who-
League. I think they're
pull-
playing well currently, but I wouldn't put them above Liverpool. Because
do they
if it
have
was a
left, right?
head-to-head- I
Let me
don't know.
check.
If it was a head-to-head, I think Liverpool would tear them apart. So
I don't know because Liverpool also gets demolished by little teams in England too. So it really just depends. I mean, look at the
Marseille has
way
a big game coming up.
Eindhoven beat Liverpool. I mean, I'm not going to say that Eindhoven is in the top 10 either, right?
Who does Marseille have in the Champions League coming up? We talked about it last week.
They have Monaco and Liverpool.
Oh, they have
Perfect.
Liverpool.
Perfect.
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 I'm telling you right now, Marseille is going to lose to Liverpool,
Liverpool.
and if not, then I will put Marseille, and I will take. I mean, that will be it. I will take if Liverpool loses to Marseille, I will take Liverpool out and put Marseille in there. That is what I need to see.
Okay, hold on.
That's exactly what I need to see.
Two important games. Two important games that Marseille has coming up. PSG, the beginning of January, and then Liverpool 2 weeks after that. That's enough.
right.
That to me that those are two important games that if they can get a good result, I'll entertain it.
Oh my God. If they beat both, you'll entertain it?
No,
God damn, bro.
it's tough, man. It's tough. If you're
Top
Marseille.
10 of the world, dude.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go over some of the comments because we did have some good interaction here. Okay, hold on. Let's see. First, Giancarlo saying Liverpool should be lower. I think we answered to you. Pricey said Liverpool should be 10th. We followed up and said that before even reading your comment. So here, all in an agreement. City should be above Madrid. Agree. City should be above Madrid. I think there's room for argument there. Personally, I think
Not
City
yet.
should be Madrid.
Not yet. I don't think you give them the nod just yet.
We'll wait because the next Champions League game is literally City against Madrid.
Against City, right?
Right. Yep. So I think there's that'll be the defining factor, but I don't think it's ultimately too crazy to think that City could beat Madrid right now.
We'll see what lineup we put out.
We'll leave it there for right now. Let's see. Pricey also said, okay, Arsenal, Bayern, PSG, just what we have. Chelsea, just what we have. He put Real Madrid at 5th. I think Barca. All being
But
a
Madrid
Madrid
and
fan.
Barça.
Yeah, they're right there. They're right there. Just like City, I think is right there. I think they're all having inconsistent seasons. none of them are giving me enough to cling on to who's going to be the fourth position. The fifth position. Let's see. I gotta say, Barça should not be in the top 5 just because they've been winning against terrible teams in La Liga. Yeah, I mean, once again, it's all up in the air there. I think between Madrid, Barça, and City, they're all in that limbo of who's going to be the 5th position. Pricey gave us his top 10. Bayern, PSG, Chelsea, Madrid, City, Barça, Atletico, Inter, and Liverpool. Pretty similar. Once again, dancing between the Madrid, City, and Barça. He's putting Barça a little further behind. I would put Barça a little further ahead just because of the fact that
We seem to all be saying the same thing, like 5 through 8, right? 5 through
In
8.
similar ranges.
If you push us forward, Marseille, then I'm going to push for Aston Villa. Okay, that's fair.
That would be a good game.
Fourth in the Premier League right now. Yeah, Aston Villa against Marseille could be pretty good. I think it'd be pretty similar to the Newcastle Marseille, though, personally. And then Michel getting dogged on for Marseille again. Hey, man, look,
Bro.
your season is going to be a fight for Marseille against all odds, man. And only Marseille can prove us wrong.
But it's not like I'm bringing things out of nowhere. This whole thing started with me saying that I love their coach, De Zerbi, right? I love him, his coaching style. I think he has taken team. I mean, he went from Sassuolo, you know what I mean? And he's going and just getting better and better teams. I think it's only a matter of time before he ends up coaching a really, really big team. That's where it started. And then I said, I've always liked Marseille. I think they play well. At this time, when we were really talking about them, I think they were in first place in Liga. I don't know how many points exactly behind PSG they are. Someone can look it up. But they're not a bad team. And you guys all thought they were going to lose to Newcastle. And they didn't. You know, every game is a different game. But once we're going to see their games against PSG and against Liverpool. And if they happen to win both games, which they definitely could, considering how Liverpool are playing, right?
Yeah.
You never know what will happen.
I got here saying, what are the odds Barca versus Marseille in the knockouts? I mean,
That'd
if
be
we look
hilarious.
at that'd be hilarious. I would love to see that.
I hope you guys wear your salmon kits because you guys always suck when you play with those. So it'll be perfect in your half-built stadium.
Right now, it would be. I mean, Barca would have to move up a little bit if Marseille's going to stay there. I don't know. I think there's a potential. I think it could happen personally.
There is a 6.7% chance of it happening.
Thank you, C3 Joe.
Amir. Who gave you those odds? Was that ChatGPT?
ChatGPT. Yeah.
Oh my god! I was gonna say, where the fuck did you pull that out from?
Yeah.
I always think we need to take it. We need to be careful with the number 1 place because look at what happened. We said this in I think the last podcast? Liverpool was in first place going into the knockout phases, and they got worked by PSG. So I think again, it's about hitting your hot streak at the right time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Maybe Chelsea hit it a little too early. Maybe not. We'll see.
Should we do some World Cup since you're rocking the Mexico jersey right now?
I've been itching, man. I've been itching.
R.I.P. Chicharito from last night, but that's okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Don't get me started about Chicharito. Why would you put me in that kind of mood now? God damn.
Because we said we were gonna start this podcast to talk about all types of things. You know, Liga MX is in full swing in playoff mode. Ramos is down there.
Ricky and I were watching that game yesterday. As soon as Chivas got that penalty,
I knew he was gonna miss it.
I mean, I wanted Chivas to go through, right? And the moment Chicharito walked up and started juggling that fucking ball, we both said he's gonna fucking miss this thing. And
I knew it.
Sure enough, we all knew it. We all knew it. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about Chicharito or Liga MX right now. We're gonna talk about the good old World Cup because things are starting to heat up. The draw is December 5th, which is what? Is that a Friday? Friday or Saturday?
It's this Friday.
This Friday. Thank you, Amir. Which leaves things. I mean, things are gonna be pretty juicy. So first, we're gonna talk about potential. So Can you all see the picture?
Yeah.
No.
So some people can see it. Some people can't.
trust you.
Okay.
Can you turn off the comments, please, on this on our screen?
I'll turn off the comments so we can see everything. There you go. If you can't see it, I just texted it to you guys, and for everyone else, I think you guys should be able to see the different pots. So I want everyone to go. So pot 1, whatever. We'll talk about pot 1 in a little bit, but pot 2. Give me your top 3 in pot 2 right now.
I need to see. I don't know who they are.
Check your messages. Check your messages.
Yeah,
And this is up open to the comments too for everyone watching. We're looking
Can you
at
put it
pot
in
2.
the chat?
It's in the chat.
No. In like the comment section right here. I'm using my phone.
Gotcha.
So just like put it in the comment section, or someone just say them out to me. I can tell you.
Yeah, I can read you the list. So it's Croatia, Morocco, Colombia, Uruguay, Switzerland, Japan, Senegal, Iran, Korea Republic, Ecuador, Austria, and Australia.
I don't know, but I can tell you Japan always puts up a fight.
Japan's got to be up there. Morocco.
Morocco.
Colombia.
I want to. There's good fucking teams out there. That's
I think honestly, I think Uruguay has been taking a little bit of a they haven't been playing as well. I think Uruguay is not the Uruguay that we know and love, the Cavani, the Forlan. Like I don't think that they have that little spark. I think of all the teams, I mean Croatia's always been a good team, but I think they're losing. That's what I'm saying. I think they're out of that.
Yeah.
I think Japan is going to be the dark horse. They're always organized. They always have decent players. I'm not saying that they're a favorite, obviously, but they always are a solid team. So I think Morocco and Japan.
Senegal.
I think those.
Colombia, Senegal. I mean, there's always an African team that always does well, right?
Even Korea.
Check the comments. I just finally typed that in there.
I got you. Ecuador too, bro. They seem to like they have the one striker who plays well. I mean, again, I think it's going to be a really interesting, very interesting.
It's a dogfight in pot 2. I think even Senegal could put up a fight. I mean, those African teams are going to be rough to play against. I recently watched Mexico play against Korea, and I mean, with Heung-min Son, with Kang In-lee from PSG. They can do some damage.
They have a good team, dude.
Yeah, they have a good team. Colombia just absolutely destroyed Mexico, which is not a good measure. But goes to show Croatia is always a dark horse out there. I mean, pot 2 is incredible. But so I want everyone to give me their top 3 in pot 2 right now.
Yeah.
Ricky. Or no, Amir.
No, Ricky, go first. I'll go second. I'll go after.
Morocco, Colombia. No. Japan has to be up there. Morocco has to be up there. 3 is hard. Give me 4, and I'll tell you Colombia and Senegal. Between those 2, I don't know who's better.
So you said Morocco, Japan, Colombia.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Morocco, Japan, Colombia.
Okay. I'm gonna go Morocco, Korea, and Senegal.
Over Japan?
That's interesting. I really rate Japan too.
I think Japan is great, but we got to spice it up a little bit. I mean, Morocco is a given. Morocco is going to perform. They're going to perform well, but yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of that has to depend on the health of Hakimi.
Yeah.
And Brahim. Again, we're talking about players who Hakimi got the injury, right? The big year going into the World Cup. Brahim is a player who doesn't really play, doesn't really have form. It's really hard to just turn it on, right? I think Morocco's a good team. I don't think they're going to be the team that we saw in the last World Cup where they shocked everybody, right? I'm going to say Japan, Colombia, and Senegal.
Okay, who do y'all think the dark horse will be for this? I think Switzerland.
Senegal. No, Senegal.
But they're good. Well, unless they can't be.
I think Korea. I'm picking.
How
Korea.
are they not the dark horse? You're talking about Croatia, Morocco,
A
Colombia,
lot of
Uruguay.
these can be dark horses.
Yeah.
I mean, Amir, is your question who could go the furthest in the tournament from this whole group?
Right.
I think it would be the Cinderella story if Japan made it really far or Senegal.
I'd get behind that personally. I mean, Japan, unless they come up against Mexico, I'm gonna be going for Japan for sure.
Okay.
Take, bro, I'm telling you, Take is a freaking amazing player. I really hope he has a great World Cup because he deserves to be at a team that's not just like a mid-table team. I liked him when he was at Madrid. I think he's a great player. I hope he has a great World Cup because that's really what it takes to push somebody to the next level. So hopefully he has got a good World Cup.
I agree. Let's look at pot 3. I want everyone to give me their top 2 from that pot.
I sent in the chat, Michel. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
Or
I
not.
see it. I see it. Thank you.
Norway and Egypt.
Wow.
Norway and Egypt.
I think
I would agree with you, Amir.
I think
Michel,
Norway's
what do you think?
the obvious, right? And
Yeah.
then
Norway's
I'm
out.
gonna say one of the South American countries.
Uh,
I think it's a
Paraguay?
toss up. But I'm gonna say Panama. Again, I'm not saying that they're gonna do really, really well, but of this little pot that you have,
Sure.
I
Sure.
think Norway, Panama. I think they have that player from Godoy from the MLS. He's very strong. He's a good player. He came in San Diego FC. They're a good play. He's a good player. I mean, again,
Okay.
one player doesn't make the whole thing, but I'm gonna say Norway, Panama. Paraguay maybe, but I don't think Scotland, Algeria, Egypt have it. Neither does Ivory Coast. So
Yeah.
I was gonna give Scotland the shout.
I'm gonna give
personally.
Scotland the shout, dude, with McTominay.
Yeah.
And
Player of the season for Serie A.
I'm gonna shout out Saudi Arabia, man. I'm gonna shout out
Really?
Saudi Arabia. They're monsters, dude. They work hard. They work hard, and
I hate the way they play. I don't like Qatar nor
I
Saudi
do too.
Arabia.
But
Yeah.
they can be effective, dude.
They gave Mexico a big battle in that last World Cup, even though Mexico ended up winning it. But I think with how much the Saudi league has grown, they could upset a team. I mean, they upset Argentina.
They not beat Argentina.
Yeah, they
They
upset
beat
Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean,
Ricky, can you put up
it's
pot 4, please?
Yeah, there's still some
Also, like
undetermined.
let's talk about there was 2 World Cups, at least that I remember for sure, where the team who lost their first game ended up winning the World Cup, right? Spain lost
Yeah,
their first game when they
Spain
won it.
and
Argentina lost their first game and they won it. So
Yeah.
I hope it's not
Um,
Portugal this year.
I
So
think they're gonna have a good World Cup. I hope so, bro.
I hope
So
Now
not.
again, I
next-
don't think he's gonna win it, but
next VARCheck podcast, and this is my plug for everyone watching. Next VARCheck podcast, we're doing power rankings for the World Cup after the groups.
what are we
So
doing?
that-
1 through
that's why
70, bro?
Huh?
Are we doing 1 through 70?
No, bro.
Like it's a Dr. Wayne quiz.
I think.
Bro,
I think. Wait,
part
isn't there still
one.
6? Isn't there still left after the draw that they're still competing for 6 more spots in the World Cup?
Correct. So right now we don't have everyone in pot 4, which is the tricky thing.
There's
I think
6
we
spots
could,
open.
we could bring up the final ones that
potential
are still in
ones?
the playoffs. I think Italy is the main one that's going to be in pot 4.
But there's some good names. Italy, Denmark, Ireland. Are we
Ooh,
kidding?
dude, Denmark for
Denmark's
sure.
always decent.
Turkey.
Guler,
Throwing
yeah.
a little bit of
Turkey,
Wales
I like
for history. Ukraine. There's some.
I just love
Poland.
the fact that Curacao
Poland?
is in this World Cup. Like, when did we ever
I
think that
see,
was
bro,
ever
I
gonna
see.
happen, bro? Like, I think it's gonna be. I feel like they're gonna be the team that you see, like at the end of the game, like coming up to whoever player, like taking selfies. Like, I mean, jokes aside, I think it's really good for a place like that to get recognition. And
Wait, what country?
Curacao.
Curacao and IT.
Oh, I don't even know where that is.
I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Curacao? I don't know where Curacao is.
Google
Okay.
pictures of
North
Curacao. I
America.
think it's beautiful.
Well, they're in North and Central America.
Okay.
I do like that we got those crazy stories, and for those of you guys that like saw like how they qualified, it was like a very like crazy like last minute type thing. But
Honestly,
I do wish personally that we had like Costa Rica here, maybe even
Yeah.
Honduras, but maybe Costa Rica. I would have loved to see Costa Rica in that pot 4. A team that literally went to the quarterfinals, 2 World Cups ago. They're always a team that I like to see in the World Cup, personally.
Wait,
I mean,
what happened
you
to
know-
pot 1? Why did we not rank pot 1? Are we just not
Well,
interested in
we're
them?
gonna talk about, because pot 1 will be the power rankings, and I want to talk about those once we have the groups finally like fully defined. We have
Okay.
6 months to talk about pot 1 and who's actually going to win this. But I
I'm
wanted
really
to.
scared about
kinda
Mexico,
emphasize
though.
on-
I'm not gonna lie. Very, very.
Oh.
Considering the fact that you're wearing the jersey, dude. Like, I'm more scared about Mexico's performance in this World Cup than anything having to do with Madrid, Xabi Alonso, anything. Like, they have a really big problem on their hand.
I think every Mexican's a little bit scared coming into this World Cup. But here's the thing, though. Mexico set up a tougher schedule leading into the World Cup. I think they wanted to come up against some tougher opponents, and I'm not going to sit here and say that Mexico's going to go far in this World Cup because they're not. But with that being said, I also don't want the results that they've had in the previous international breaks to really fully cloud our judgment, because Aguirre has been trying to make a lot of changes in the team. He has used this as a test for a lot of players. So let's, just like Xabi Alonso, let's not get clouded in our judgment as to how fully Mexico is going to perform. Are they going to choke a game? Of course. Are they going to choke the whole World Cup? More than likely. But it's going to be somewhere in between is all I'm trying to say.
Nah, they're making it to the final against
I was against Curaçao.
Portugal.
I think the hot take, and someone was telling me this in the gym today, actually. They said, hot take, England is the best team in the world right now, and they're going to win the World Cup. And I was like, you should tune into the VAR Check podcast. I'm sure we're going to talk about this at some point.
We'll talk about that. That's definitely a topic that we will discuss, but not this episode. Amir, I wanted to finish this off, the World Cup talk. They're saying that the odds of Mexico coming up against Iran are super high because of the fact that Trump is not wanting to give Iran any allow them into the United States. So they might have to like put them into only Mexico or potentially only like Canada. So I'd love to see Mexico versus Iran. Just
yeah, political now.
2006 World Cup again.
Yes.
Rafa Marquez running that header.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. So anyways, quick group of death, not throwing anyone from pot one. I would say Morocco, Norway, and then Italy, assuming Italy makes it in there, or Turkey. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
That's the group of death. Those are the main ones that I think any team from pot one would want to avoid.
What do you think? Just random, like just we'll talk about this in depth sooner, but just rapid fire, all three of you. Who do you think will have the best? Like, who will be the player of the tournament? Who do you think will shine in this World Cup?
Pedri.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love Pedri. I mean, I'm wearing the damn jersey, so I had to say it.
Ricky?
Pedri's a good shout. I'm gonna say Duet.
Golden Boy.
I like the way. Vitinha.
Yeah. Interesting.
Michel?
I was going to say Vitinha or Mbappé.
I'll drop in Eze.
I was gonna say Eze, but I literally stopped because I was like, ultimately, there's a lot of competition. Maybe he doesn't start because of Cole Palmer, because of other. I mean, there's other players, but I wanted to say Eze.
Even more curious, we're gonna see Ancelotti's Brazil.
They're gonna suck, dude.
I think Martinelli has a chance to like be something also.
But the thing is, he doesn't start. I can't explain why he doesn't, but he doesn't start.
Yeah, he's a super sub.
Oh, this is a good one right here. Look at this one.
Diaz. If he can stay on the field, sure.
I think a bit of a stretch for maybe player of the tournament, because I just saw a really good one, because it'd be really tough for Colombia to make it.
Estevao, you're gonna say Estevao?
But yeah, Estevao would be crazy though. I mean,
he's Brazilian.
The game he had against Barça was nuts.
Do you think he won his spot in the starting lineup?
Yeah, I think you can easily kick out Rodrigo at this point.
Mbappé, LOL.
I mean, once again, I want us to talk about the actual power rankings later. Mbappé is always going to be, more than likely France's top scorer. Oh, I want to give another fucking name, Olise. Please, Olise, please.
Interesting.
Anyways, yeah. So I just wanted episode 10 to kick off the conversation about the World Cup. Next time we meet, we're gonna have the actual groups, so we can really start to map out how, which one's gonna be the group of death, how each team could perform. They're switching up the way it's gonna work as far as if you win your group, you're no longer playing against the second of the group next to you. So that also kind of makes it a little bit harder to have a prediction bracket going into the World Cup. So I don't love that, but yeah, I do love the fact that no one said Yamal personally. But obviously, Yamal has a.
I mean, I thought it.
If he could talk his shit before on Instagram before his games, then he will do well. But that's a perfect segue back to, I think, because we're coming up at what, an hour 10. I think we should all give our predictions to the big game tomorrow.
Oh, Barça Atletico.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see it. Ricky.
3-2.
Barça.
Mm-hmm.
Amir said they were going to drop points, so I don't know if you meant tie or lose. but-
Amir said they were going to lose 1-0.
I think they're gonna lose
1-0?
1-0.
Who
Michel?
scores?
Okay.
Simeone's son.
Goal.
Well, he won't be there, right? He won't be
Yeah,
there.
hey, stop, dude, stop. That's adding another month. He's going to be out now.
Hey, we went through with Ferran Torres, bro, and look at him now.
He's still missing open
I might
sitters.
be
You're
the
right.
problem, but Tommy be the solution.
2-1 Barça,
Michel, what do you think?
4-0 Barça.
Wow,
I
I you're smoking, brother.
And I love
4-2
it.
plus 2 red cards. Actually, I do agree with that. I think there will be one red card. I don't know for who, but I think there will be at least one red. I'm going to say 2-1 Atletico de Madrid. Not just because I hate Barça, but I honestly do feel that that's going to happen. But if Barça wins, I will say if they do win, they're going to win in dramatic fashion. I think it'll be like 4-0.
Let's appreciate the fact that Michel right now was able to kind of eat his words from a few podcasts ago. We're talking shit about Atleti and give him the merit. I think Michel is kind of joining the Colchonero.
No. I'm not
I
saying
mean,
that.
they had to literally win 7 games in a row for him to finally say something good about them.
Fantastic. No, it's good. I mean, again, you're talking about getting hot at the right time. I also don't think Barça being top of the league, I also don't think that they're as good as Ricky and Amir want them to be either. I think they're clutching at very specific things because they know that they have to, right? We're going to see who shows up. Again, I think it'll be a tight game. The red card might decide the game, but I do think there will be a red card. But I hope it's not. You guys don't use that as an excuse because it wouldn't be past Barça to be up one player and still lose, right? So we'll see.
All right, well, ultimately what's going to happen is Atletico is going to win 1-0 with a goal from Griezmann.
I hope Simeone's son scores.
And I'm going to be so happy when I see that.
I mean,
Or it's gonna be like Llorente or something because he always ends up scoring in these big games for some reason.
With all the
Serloff.
and Julian Alvarez and how much Barca wants him. You know,
I love that everyone here is saying
Scoring
he's going to
would
score
be-
for Atletico, personally.
that for the
It might be one of
Wow.
those games that Barca pulls something out of their ass. Like they win like 5-1. Like so.
Wait, Ricky Amir, does Lewa start or not?
He should.
Yes.
He should.
And
You think
Rafinha,
so?
too.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna see.
If
All
it
right,
was
guys.
Sevilla, I would say Ferran should start. Sorry, I'm done. I'll shut up. Go, Rox.
No, I'm calling it. It's an hour and 12 minutes. We've done all of our talking. We've talked about the World Cup. We've talked about Barça Madrid. We talked about the Champions League. Guys, I hope y'all had a good time watching the VAR Check Podcast episode 10, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. We will see you next week to talk about the World Cup draw, what happened with Barça against Atletico, and who knows, maybe Barça is no longer first place in the league anymore next week. Everyone,
Hopefully, y'all score another goal besides a penalty.
Stop fouling us in the box. It won't have to happen that way.
all right. We're calling it. Goodbye, everyone. It was a pleasure. Peace out.
Good night.